So today is a special day in the Transformer world. It is Transformer Tuesday today on the Transformer Slag podcast, and something special happened 10 years ago in our Transformer world. Something that completely changed the retail landscape and how we got excited for our brand when it has its year-to-year segmentation changes. 10 years ago today, we had our reveal of the Titan class Transformers and what would be the largest price point for Transformers in our modern era. Now, keep in mind that up to that point, we had stuff like Fortress Maximus. That was the centerpiece and holy grail of any Transformer collector, the largest Transformer. And while we did have our Supreme class that was introduced to us, and how it featured Unicron and Primus and a crowned Starscream and a oversized animated Optimus Prime, it didn't have that imposing size that of a Fortress Maximus did. And for the longest time, Fort Max just held that reign since 1987. And then the Thrilling 30 line made its debut in 2013, and at New York Toy Fair in 2013, something was revealed. 10 years ago, something was revealed. The Titan class Transformer price point was revealed. And we got to see Metroplex, our very first Titan class. And this was a big deal. This was a very big deal. The return to these huge Transformers, huge retail price point items. And Fort Max was touted as being the largest Transformer ever made, larger than even Fortress Maximus. It would be retailing at $124.99, so $125, and would be this large, imposing figure and a new brand, a new class for the future of Transformers. And we were all excited. But man, they would do a lot with this. And what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of go through just a quick little brief history of our Titan class and what to expect in the future, because this is celebrating more so just 10 years ago, this being born. And we'll probably save a extreme deep dive into the Metroplex project and Titan classes being birthed with maybe Aaron Archer and the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer in the future, because there's a lot to talk about here and it's a very interesting story. So this essentially was a concept that was done by Emilio at Hasbro. He was the guy that pretty much worked on Thrilling 30 stuff that was Beast related, whether it be Rhinox or Rat Trap or Waspinator or even Skybite. He did the concept, and then it was kind of birthed and created with a partnership between Hisashi Yuki. That's the guy that created Beast Wars Lio Convoy, Beast Wars 2nd Lio Convoy, and all the way up to today of even like HasLab Victory Saber, that's Hisashi Yuki. And of course, Mr. Kissplay himself, Yuki Ashima, also helped. And Mr. Kissplay, Yuki Ashima, was already doing incredible work with the masterpieces, whether it be the Beast Wars stuff or even some of the cars. So they put all their minds together and put together this giant Transformer that they were able to pull off in that price point, and it looked incredible. Not long after that, there'd be many variances of this version. Definitely Hasbro making sure they're going to make their money back in some shape or form, even if this doesn't work out. So not long after that, there was the SDCC 2013 version. That was the one that pretty much was the retail one, except it came with chrome parts. It came with 2 big guns instead of 1, foil stickers instead of the regular matte stickers, 12 little PVC decoy-like figures of the Generations Thrilling 30 characters in both the traditional decoy red and purple for Autobots and Decepticons, all in an absolutely massive, huge box that Proto Man was hugging when he got in the hotel room. It was so huge, that thing. And that thing went for $150. So you paid a little more. And in all honesty, I was surprised that it was only $25 more, considering how much more you got and just the size of that box. But that's what it cost, and it was pretty cool. Then not too long after that, at the ACG HK Expo in 2013, that's the Animation, Comic, and Game Hong Kong Expo, for $160 pretty much with exchange, you got pretty much the same thing as the San Diego Comic-Con version, but the Autobots and Decepticon little decoys were now gold and silver, but the same big box and everything like that. And then, of course, Japan and Takara Tomy would get their own version and their version of Generations, and it was not too similar to that of the SDCC one, just it didn't have the decoys pretty much. Little deco differences here and there, but it still had the chrome and still had that. It looked more like the SDCC one than it did the retail version. And then, of course, that thing would get re-released again in 2018. So they made sure that this thing got released plenty of times, 5 times before we even get into the conversation of it being retooled into Fortress Maximus. And of course, people are going to ask, like, why was there no Metro Titan? I actually did a segment talking about that. You could go check that out. It's the segment that time when Transformers bot shots prevented Titan-class Metro Titan from happening. So go check that one out if you want. There's a very interesting history on why we never got a Metro Titan from this Metroplex all those years ago, all those opportunities. But very interesting stuff. And, of course, again, afterwards it was retooled into Fort Max, SDCC Fort Max, the Legends version. So that's right away 3 right there. They did the Grand Maximus repaint in 2018. I mean, tons of craziness with that one. And of course, I'm pretty sure we probably would have even gotten more. But yeah, pretty nutty stuff with that. You can learn more about that, and I'm sending you to another video again. You can learn more about that in the What Happened with Transformers Legends Titan Class LGEX Grand Maximus. There's a whole story with that one. But, just that one mold, just that debuting mold with Metroplex put out literally all these different versions. It's absolutely crazy when you think about it. And they made sure that they got their money back. They really did. And, the Titan class would see success moving forward afterwards, because after the Thrilling 30, they did have to do a price bump at that point. After in 2013 and 2014 releasing all those different versions, in 2015, they did a price bump to $150, and that's the Devastator year with Combiner Wars. In 2016, with Titan Returns, we saw Fortress Maximus and all of his variants and stuff. In 2018, because there was a bit of a gap there, we got Power of the Primes, and that's where we got our Predaking. And of course, we got the Grand Maximus variant also on the Japanese side of things. In 2019, when Siege and the War for Cybertron trilogy started, we got that price bump again. Now it was $159.99, so $160. That's where Omega Supreme happened. Of course, in 2020, the world of the Big V and everything hit. That's when we had Earthrise, and that's where Scorponok debuted. And of course, we later on got Black Zarek because Scorponok was not able to move as many units as they were hoping, because again, lockdowns and the Big V and everything made it a bit of a headache for Hasbro. So we also got Black Zarek as a way to kind of give that mold a second chance and make some more money for them. In 2021, the price was now bumped again to $169.99, and that was with Kingdom, and that was the Ark. And people were happy about that one. I know I was. Not the price so much, but definitely the figure. And then in 2022, we got our huge price jump with inflation and everything going from $169.99 to $199.99. We were always seeing little jumps by $10, but now we got a huge jump by $40. And now the Titan class is sitting at a $200 marker. And we got our Cybertron Metroplex from that one in 2022 with Transformers Legacy. Now we're in 2023 right now. And we've had the Guardian robot shown to us. That was a Generation Selects kind of exclusive item, just repainting that Omega Supreme just to give us some, some traction in the meantime. But we don't know as it stands right now what our next Titan class will be. There is some rumors, there is some speculation, but I don't want to really dive too much into that without anything being too much confirmed. But we're going to probably be learning about it very soon, because around this time is when we learn about our Titan classes and the hype begins. So definitely stay tuned in the future, because we're probably going to be learning in the very near future about our big boy, and whoever that might be, or girl, we shall see. But it has been a very amazing ride with the Titan class, and hopefully there will be more to come, because big Transformers are always big business, and there's nothing cooler than a giant robot. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you enjoy the Transformer Slag podcast, and we'll talk again real soon.